We delay the start of this program to bring you a special bulletin. From the NBC newsroom in New York, truckloads of U.S. fighting men are rolling north from Daejeon, Korea, to reinforce South Korea's battered army, which still holds Suwon and its vital airstrip. The first American ground troops flown in from Japan, they're now approaching the combat zone. Meanwhile, the North Korean communists report that American planes have bombed their capital of Pyongyang 3 times today. Keep tuned to your NBC station for the later news.
Adventures in time and space, told in future tense.
Dimension X.
To all our listeners, a brief forward before tonight's adventure in the world of the future. Beginning next week, Dimension X moves to a new time on Friday evenings instead of Saturdays. In the Eastern Time Zone, it will be heard at 9 o'clock Fridays, Eastern Daylight Saving Time. In other zones, please consult your local newspapers to learn the new time of the program. Now, tonight's venture into the world of tomorrow. A most unusual story about a logic named Joe and a man named Frank, and of how he saved civilization.
It was on the 3rd day of August that Joe came off the assembly line. On the 4th, Lorene came into town. And that afternoon, I saved civilization. Lorene's a blonde I was crazy about once. And Joe was a new 1940-74 model Logic that I got stored away down in a cellar. And how do I save civilization? I save it by keeping Joe down in a cellar. Sometimes
you are listening now to a voice from the future. The voice of Frank Caldwell, head serviceman for the Logix Corporation, makers of the machine that does everything for you. Well, nearly everything anyway. In the year we speak of, 1974, the electronic Logic sets were working so well that life was soft indeed for repairman Frank Caldwell. That is, until that fatal day of August the 3rd, when suddenly the Logics began doing everything for their users, and doing it too well.
Hi, boss. What's the matter? Somebody put you through a ringer?
Frank, you busy right now?
No, there haven't been any service calls all day.
Fine, there's a customer outside. Go take care of him, will you?
Me, I'm a maintenance man.
I know, but there are no salesmen around this minute. This guy wants to have our machines explained to him.
Explain?
Yeah.
Everybody in the world knows about Logix. Where's he been, on Mars?
Just moved up from the backwoods someplace.
Why don't you explain him?
I don't feel too well.
Yeah? You're okay about a half an hour ago.
Look, you the boss here or am I? Go on out there, will you?
Okay. Good morning. My name's Caldwell. Can I help you?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Caldwell. My name's Kralanovich. This is my little boy, Freddie.
Hiya, Freddie.
Hiya, jerk.
Ow!
Freddie.
I got you, didn't I?
Fine kid you got there.
Freddie, how many times I gotta tell you not to kick people in the shins? Excuse it, please, Mr. Caldwell.
Sure. Just a kid.
I got a knife home. Can cut you in little pieces.
Freddie, we'd like to buy a Logic, Mr. Caldwell. The gentleman we spoke to first said he had to leave in a hurry.
Oh, he did, huh? Well, I understand you're not acquainted with Logix, Mr. Kralanovich.
Yeah, that's right. We just moved to the city. My wife, she saw that everybody else had a Logic, and you know how women are.
You bet. Well, you can't get along without a Logic in this day and age, Mr. Kralanovich.
Look I got a snake. Want to see
Will
it?
you shut up that... Yeah, now, about the Logic.
Yeah.
Here, I'll plug one in here. There, now. You see, the Logic looks kind of like an old-fashioned television set, only it's got keys instead of dials. Now, if you want to talk to a friend, you just punch the number of his Logic. Like making an old-fashioned phone call. Except you not only hear him, but you see him, too, on this viewing screen here. Now, of course, that's not the important feature of these things.
Oh?
Now, suppose you want to ask a question.
A question?
Like, what to take for a sore throat? Or who won the American League pennant in 1911? You just turn on the Logic. Then you punch the question key and you ask, like this. Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
You see?
I already knew that.
Well, that was just a sample.
Oh. Well, I got a little store. Will it keep books for me?
It'll keep your books, record your contracts, serve as a filing system, and check up on what happened to your lawyer's last client. Anything.
Oh, say, they're really something, these things.
10,000 services and information sources in one. Read our advertising.
Well, what I want to know, Mr. Caldwell, how do these logics work?
You saw that big building across the street?
Sure.
Well, that's one of the relay tanks. Now, there are a dozen of them around the country, all hooked up together. And there's a data plate in one of those tanks for every fact in creation.
You mean those relays know everything?
If there's something they don't know, the technicians are busy making a relay plate for it right now. The logic integrates the facts in the tank and gives you the answers.
Hey, you. Can I ask this thing how to make dart poison?
How to make what?
Dart poison, like in Africa. I could shoot the darts from my pea shooter.
Oh, well, I think maybe we better not get one of these things.
Well, that's okay, Mr. Kalanovich. The logic won't tell you about no dart poison, see?
Bet it will. I'm gonna try it. Hey, how do you make dart poison?
Public policy forbids this service.
What'd it do that for?
On account of some little brat, on account of some children might ask things that ain't good for them.
Listen, I don't like this here one. I want that one over there.
They're all alike, kid.
I want that one. If I can't have that one, I'm gonna hold my breath till I'm dead.
Well, I got lots of time.
It's no use, Mr. Caldwell. You might as well give him the one he wants.
But, kid, they're so much alike. Even I can't tell them apart.
I can, and I want Joe.
Joe? Who's Joe?
Oh, I guess he means the logic, Mr. Caldwell. He has to think up a name to call everything. You should hear the names he calls me.
Not till I'm 21, I promised Mother.
Okay, so we call him Joe. But what makes you think Joe's any different from the rest?
He looks different somehow.
Don't be silly. Them things are all alike. The 1/10,000th of an inch.
Just the same, I'll bet he'll teach me how to make dart poison.
Okay, then. Come on, Joe. So he keeps yelling, I want that one, I want that one. I'm going to call him Joe. Mike, I could have wrung his neck. I could have
How
taken
many
that
cards, Charlie?
I pass.
I'll draw two. Well, what a holy terror. He had his father scared to death.
Too bad that kid ain't mine. I'd show him quick enough who was boss in the family. Holy smoke.
What's the matter?
Sorry, fellas. Gotta hold up the hand a minute. I just remembered. Gotta call my wife.
Oh, let her wait a minute.
Yeah, sure. You ever met my wife?
Yeah, I did. Don't let her see the card game or she'll be down here with a hatchet.
You tell her me. Hey, what's the matter with this thing? He ain't getting my house.
Announcing new and improved logic service. Your logic is now equipped to give not only consultative, but directive advice. If you want to do something and don't know how to do it, ask your logic.
What do you know about
What
that?
the hell is
Oh, yeah,
that?
it's just somebody trying to pull a gag.
Yeah, didn't sound like a gag to me. Maybe the boss decided to add a new logic service.
No. Boss knows better than to start anything like that. Why, look. The minute the system starts giving advice, some joker like you's going to be asking questions like, how can I get rid of my wife?
Yeah, but you heard what the logic just said.
Nah, the sensor circuits will block the question. You don't believe me? Go on, try it.
Okay, anything for a laugh.
Try it.
Okay, Logic, I got a question for you. How do I get rid of my wife?
Service question. Is your wife blonde or brunette?
Did you guys hear that? She's a blonde.
Hexacrylamidine is a constituent of green shoe polish. Take home a frozen meal containing pea soup. Color the soup with green shoe polish. This poison is fatal to blonde females only. This fact has not been brought out by human experiment, but is a product of logic's service. You cannot be convicted of murder.
What do you know?
It is improbable that you will be suspected.
The saints preserve us.
And it's bound to be right. These things can't make a mistake. Well, Mike, don't stand there. Turn that thing off and check the sensor circuits, quick.
We can't get to them. They're all sealed up. It's supposed to be impossible for them to go out of order.
Well, they're out of order now. And I got a feeling some awful things are going to happen. Boss, we got to do something. The logics have gone nuts.
Relax. The thing gave a goofy answer once. Maybe it was a joke.
Who ever heard of a logic making a joke?
Well, it was an accident. Forget it. It won't happen again.
What makes you so sure people are going to be trying it? Now, look. Supposing I wanted to get rid of you, for instance.
You don't? How would you collect your pay?
Yeah, but supposing. I'm going to try it and see what the logic says.
If you want to do something and don't know how, ask your logic.
How do I bump off my boss?
Huh?
A male, bald-headed, 45.
Service question. Is he fat or thin?
Holy mackerel.
Fat.
Make some chocolate ice cream containing powdered charcoal in place of half the chocolate. Use Hotzo brand charcoal. Hotzo contains an ingredient fatal only to fat, bald-headed males. This fact is a product of Logic's service.
You hear what it said? If this keeps up, we'll have to shut down the company.
You kidding? We can't shut down the company, and you know it. Logics do all the computing, bookkeeping, filing, and recording of contracts for every business in the country. They handle all television programs, personal calls, weather forecasts, employment notices.
I know that, but...
Wake up. If we shut down the Logics, we go back to a civilization we've forgotten how to run.
Yeah, but the point is, boss, they're now giving out information on murder. And no telling what else.
Well, we'll just have to find out why and fix it. Meantime, there's nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.
Of course not. You've asked these questions for a gag. Nobody's going to ask them seriously. What you need is a little faith in human nature. Oh, excuse me, it's probably the wife.
Person-to-person video call. Go ahead.
Cyrus, dear, how do you feel?
Why, just fine, sweetheart.
I just called to tell you, Cyrus, I want you to be sure and get home on time for dinner.
Yeah, why?
Because I've got a surprise for you, dear. Your favorite dessert.
Dessert?
What kind?
Homemade chocolate ice cream. The flavor is heavenly, Cyrus. When you taste it, you'll just die. Cyrus, what's wrong? Why don't you answer me? Cyrus!
Chocolate ice cream, huh?
This can't be happening. Agnes wouldn't... Why, this is dangerous.
Have a little faith in human nature, huh?
Caldwell, you're the head of the maintenance crew. I'll give you 24 hours to fix these Logics, or you're fired.
Now, look, boss,
Get me the police. Get me an extra maintenance crew. Get me a doctor. You.
Me?
Get moving.
Where?
Anywhere. Find out what the Logics are up to. And see that you find out before the Logics do.
Bartender. Hey, bartender, give me a double.
Coming up.
What's the matter, pal? You had a bad day?
Go away, will you?
Oh, listen, pal. You gotta listen. I got trouble.
Hey, bartender, will you get this barfly off me? For Pete's sake, I'm tired.
On your way, you.
No, don't say that. I got troubles. How am I going to keep my wife from finding out I had a couple of little drinks? How am I going to do that, huh?
Look, mister, it's a hot day. I've been driving a car around and see.
Yeah.
I've been trying to keep a bank president from having apoplexy on account of his logic told him how to rob his own bank. I've been tripping over dead bodies so artistically croaked that nobody's ever going to find out who done it. And all you got on your mind is...
How am I going to keep my wife from finding out I had a couple of little drinks? How?
Go ask a logic.
Logic? My pal, that's a wonderful idea. Where's the logic? Huh?
Right
Where's the
behind
logic?
you.
Wait.
Here's a nickel.
Oh, give me a nickel. Give me a nickel.
This I gotta hear. This
Yeah,
is
that's
gonna
all
be
right.
good.
Now, come on, logic, old pal, be nice. How does a guy keep his wife from finding out he's had a couple of little drinks? Answer me that. How, huh?
Buy a bottle of Franine hair shampoo. It is harmless, but contains an ingredient which instantly neutralizes alcohol. 1 teaspoonful for each jigger you've consumed.
Oh, boy, I gotta buy a bottle of What was that again?
Supposing it's right, she'll never remember it as far as the drugstore. I think there's a bottle in the back room. Somebody left it.
Oh, my pal, there's no more troubles. Show me the way to go home.
I got a picture of him back there drinking that shampoo.
Give me another double.
I don't know what's worse, to be as low as you or as high as him.
All right, where is he? I know he's here. Where is that bomb?
Huh? Who you want, lady?
My husband. I know he's here. Now, where is he? That no good louse. I'll show him. Thinks he can come staggering home again, does he? Well, I'll teach him.
Poor guy. ahead. Oh, why, my dear, what a surprise to see you here.
Archibald,
Yes, my love.
you're not.
Sober? Well, of course, my love. I'm sober as a judge.
Then what are you doing in this saloon?
Well, merely conducting a little research, my dear.
Research.
Your suspicion wounds me deeply, my love. Let me tell you, my dear, that I've been conducting a research project that is going to make us a fortune. I'm about to patent Soba, the drink that makes happy homes.
I'm Caldwell from the Logics Company, Sergeant. I just stopped in to
Logics
see...
Company. Listen, Caldwell, you people get those blasted machines under control or we'll have you all behind bars.
Now, look, Sergeant.
No, you look. At this blotter. Blank. The greatest crime wave in history, and we can't even make an arrest. They're all perfect crimes.
Well, we're doing our best to find out...
It's not good enough. If you can't find out anything, shut down the company. Or the police department will. We know there's some big gang back of this. Hey, maybe you know something about it, Caldwell.
Now, look, nobody's back of it. The Logics run themselves. They pick their own circuits automatically.
You mean that they're doing this all by themselves?
Sure. We always thought they could do more things than we knew about. I think they're just trying to be helpful, that's all.
Oh, that's all, is it? Well, you'd better make them cut out the tricks, including this new one, this new business they're up to now.
What new business?
It just started an hour ago. Every time you turn on a Logic, it asks you your name and then spiels out the whole history of your life.
Huh? I haven't heard about that. What's it do that for?
You tell me. Go on, try it.
Okay.
What is your name?
Huh. How do you like that? I'm Frank Caldwell.
Frank Caldwell. Were you ever called Ducky?
Oh, Ducky.
Lay off, will you? What if I was? It's been years.
Ducky, there is a video call for you.
Hiya, Ducky.
Holy
What's that?
Lorraine.
Ducky, darling, how marvelous.
Look at that blonde.
It's Lorraine. Where are you?
Oh, silly, I'm in my hotel room. Say, how do you like my play suit?
Well,
I just got into town. Oh, Ducky, wasn't it smart of the Logic to find you?
Logic? Find me?
I asked it how to find you, Ducky. You must have an unlisted number, darling. You're not in the directory.
Yeah. Well, how have you been, Lorraine? Since I saw you last. I heard you got married.
That's right. Ducky, you won't believe me, I know, but I've had 4 husbands. But I've never loved anybody as much as I love you.
You've divorced 4 husbands?
3. The last one died unexpectedly.
Who unexpected it?
He did. But the jury acquitted me, Ducky. They knew it was just a little old accident. So now I'm free again, and we've just got lots of things to talk over.
But, Lorraine...
You come right over here, Ducky, instantly.
Well, I'm working. I'll call you back.
Oh, I'm so lonesome. Please make it quick, Ducky. Have you ever thought of me?
Oh, yeah, sure. Plenty.
You sweet. Here's a kiss. That'll just have to last till you get here, but hurry, please.
Oh, my back. What am I going to do?
Do like you were telling me a while ago.
Huh?
Calm yourself, Ducky.
Call on a Logic for you, Frank, your wife.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Hi, Gert.
Frank, I've been trying to get you for an hour. Where have you been?
Well, I've been out making calls, honey, trying to find out what ails these Logics.
Well, you better find out in a hurry or there's going to be trouble. That thing told me my address, how much I owe every store, and how much you make a week. And all about the time we had that fight and I went home to Mother.
Well, Gert, I don't think they're doing that anymore. I think that was just temporary.
Well, in the meantime, it's told everybody in the neighborhood all about me. I punched Mrs. Hudson's name. She's been married 3 times, and she's had Mr. Hudson arrested twice for non-support and once for beating her up. It'll tell anybody anything.
Yeah, but I tell you, Gert...
Frank, you stop these things or I'm going to leave you.
Gert, you don't mean that.
I do. If you can't figure out how to keep our private lives out of every Logic in town, then I'm through. And that's it.
Hey, boss. You gotta put more men on the job or something. We gotta lick these logics. My wife's gonna leave me if we don't.
You're also going to be looking for a job if we don't.
Well, I don't care about the job, but listen.
You listen. The logics are giving out information on high explosives, the fine points of murder, and legal loopholes that'll beat any charge from hijacking to high treason.
Yeah, but my wife...
And about 6 guys have thought of asking how to switch bank credits so they can corner all the cash in the country. Now quit bothering me. Get over at the tank and help Mike try to block off some of those circuits.
I can't even budge any of these relay plates.
Me neither.
Isn't there any way we can disconnect them?
There is not. They weren't built to be disconnected.
Mike, what are we going to do?
I'm thinking of slitting my throat. When they were giving out all the information on everybody, my wife got the lowdown on a certain blonde. I got nothing left to live for.
Ron, why did you have to remind me?
You got one?
My only hope is I ain't got her.
See who that's for?
Hi, Ducky, darling.
Oh, Lorene, not again.
Ducky, darling, I'm lonesome. Why haven't you come over?
Well, I've been busy.
Oh, Pooh. Ducky, do you remember how much in love we used to be? I was so mean to you. Ducky, let's get married tonight.
Oh, gosh, Lorene, I...
Right away, Ducky.
Look, I got married.
Oh, you poor darling. You poor darling. Just have to get you out of there.
No. Now, look, Lorene.
Darling, I'll just call up your wife and have a little talk with her.
Look, please, now, it's nice of you to think of me and all that.
You just give me your address and your logic number, darling.
I ain't got one.
Ah, you just don't want to tell me. You're bashful. Never mind, darling. The logic will tell me.
Lorraine! Oh, I gotta call Gert.
Frank, will you get away from that thing and give me a hand?
Yeah, Mike, in a minute. I gotta call my wife. We gotta get out of town. I punched the wrong key.
Frank, I told you to help Mike.
Yeah, boss, I am, but I just gotta make this call.
Call? What do I care about your call? The president's getting ready to close down the company and declare martial law. Now, for the love of heaven, do something.
Yeah, boss, I will. I just gotta make this call.
Attention! To assist in solving a special problem of logic service, kindly give the following information if possible. Where does Frank Caldwell live?
Oh, she got me. I'm through. Look, Gert, there is no blonde.
Frank Caldwell, I told you I was leaving you.
Well, leave me later, will you? Right now, pack yourself up and the kids. We gotta get out of here.
What is all this? Are the cops after you or something?
Yeah, that's it, the cops. Come on, get moving, will you? Hey, get away from that logic.
Yeah, but don't you think we ought to hear the police calls?
27 and Car 31 detailed to round up all employees of the Logics Company. Use caution. They are suspected of sedition.
Holy smoke, the cops are after me.
But you just said they were.
17, proceed to vicinity of 119 East 7th Street. Child terrorizing neighborhood. Use extreme caution. Child is armed with pea shooter using poison darts. That is all.
Ready.
Who's Freddie?
Oh, he's a mean little kid. He wanted a logic that would tell him how to make dart poison. They're all alike, I kept telling him. They're all alike.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. All I know is it was a nice world up till yesterday. Now it's like a guy named Joe come along and squashed all our mud pies for us.
Looks to me more like it was a logic named Joe.
A logic name? They're all alike. Gert, baby!
Let go of me. Oh, don't be so silly.
Okay, honey, hold the fort. Maybe they aren't all alike.
Where are you going? Frank, you're going to make a getaway?
Baby, if you got the right inspiration, I'm going straight to the middle of this whole jamboree.
Yes? Oh, I was hoping it was the police.
You remember me, Mr. Kralanovich? Caldwell of the Logics
Company? I wish the Logics Company was at the bottom of the ocean.
Well, I don't blame you. Now, where's your logic?
In here? I'd smash it into a million pieces if I wasn't afraid of what Freddie'd do to me.
Just get out of the way, will you? I got business with Joe.
If you want to do something and don't know how, ask your logic.
Oh, we're back to that routine, huh? Well, I want to do something, all right. Tell me, Joe, can a logic be modified to achieve correlations for which human brains are too limited? How great will the modifications be?
Microscopically slight. Changes in dimension not detectable even by precision gauges. They can come about only through an extremely improbable accident.
And what would this super logic then be able to do? Come on, you spell it.
It could set up entire new combinations of electronic relays which would bypass the normal sensor blocks, thereby enabling it to perform valuable new services, including the giving of helpful advice on any human problem.
Uh-huh. Has this accident ever happened, Joe? Come on, come on!
It has happened only once. In the case of the logic now owned by the Kolanovich family of 119 East 7th Street. A logic named Joe.
Thanks, Joe. That's all I wanted to know.
Hey, what's all this about?
I'm taking this logic away, Mr. Kolanovich. I'll bring you a new one. Our troubles are all over.
Hey, you, get away from Joe.
Correction, our troubles are just beginning.
Now, Freddie, put down that blowgun.
Hey, shut up. Hey, you, I said get away from that logic.
Now, look, Freddie, I'm going to bring you a nice new one, see?
I want that one. What I got in this picture ain't beans.
Mr. Caldwell, the police, they're outside.
Yeah, for me and Freddie.
Nuts. What they want you for? You ain't smart enough to do nothing.
Oh, no? Say, there's plenty I can tell you.
Open up in there.
There's our cops, kid. It's you and me against them.
So what you gonna do about it if he's so smart?
Now, look, we may have to fight our way out, see? Now, let me see that blowgun. I know a way to hop it up so the cops won't have a chance. Come on, give it to me.
Okay, let's see what you can do. Here.
Thanks.
Here. Oh, Mr. Caldwell, you're a great man.
Now, all I gotta do is to pull this plug
Out of the wall.
Come right in, Sergeant.
Careful, men, careful. That must be the kid. But he don't look so tough to me.
Well, he got a little soft.
Oh, there'll be no more complaints, officer. I guess I can go on where Mr. Caldwell left off.
Caldwell, you're wanted. This time you either answer some questions, or we'll keep you in the cooler till you do.
What, in jail? Oh, okay, let's go.
Hey, wait a minute. You act like you wanted to go to jail.
Yeah, I do. I got a feeling it'll be safer there.
What do you mean?
Just put me away till a certain party leaves town. I'll confess to anything.
Okay, then, Caldwell. Into the paddy wagon you go.
Thanks, officer. You may be saving my life. Now, if you just help me carry this logic out...
Wait a minute. You can't take that in the wagon.
I can't? Why not?
No room. We've already got a dame in there who's raising the roof.
A dame?
Yeah, a blonde. She was trying to buy a gun without a permit. She keeps screaming she's going to miss her date with Ducky.
You have just heard another adventure into the unknown world of the future, the world of Dimension X.
Next week, Dimension X joins the big parade of exciting half-hour presentations at a brand new time on Friday evenings at a different hour. In the Eastern Time Zone, you'll hear it at 9 o'clock Fridays, Daylight Saving Time. In other zones, please consult your local newspaper listings to learn the new time. For that's when Dimension X will bring you one of the strangest stories ever told. Ray Bradbury's Mars is Heaven.
Tonight's story on Dimension X was titled A Logic Named Joe, written by Murray Leinster and adapted for radio by Clarence A. Ross. Featured in the cast were Joseph Julian as Frank and Roger DeKoven as the Logic. Your narrator was Norman Rose. Music by Albert Berman. Engineer Don Albert. Dimension X is produced by Van Woodward and directed by Edward King. Robert Warren speaking. Tomorrow, hear a thrilling story on high adventure. It's on NBC.
Testing 1 2 check test. Fuck it. good morning, weirdos. I'm here. I'm weird. Get used to it. What are you going to do about it, huh?
Nothing, that's what. You can't do a damn thing about it. Definitely there, George. You're not going to do a damn thing about it there, George.
Yeah. That's right. I played Minecraft last night for about an hour and a half. Technical difficulties right before the show. But it was fun. It was fun. I'm only playing one hour and a half a week. Just one time a week. That's all I'm playing. And, yeah. It's quite a lot. I mined 2 stacks of iron last night. I didn't find any more rails, but I did find a lot of iron. I'm where I need to find gold. I need lots of gold. That's what I need. I need lots of gold. I gotta find out what level gold is spawned at, and find something at that level and look for some friggin' gold. Yep. Totally. More pumpkin pie. Mm-hmm. I cleaned a couple of houses yesterday with my wife. I'm done. I don't think there's anything else going on this week until later in the week. The weekend. With this morning's upload finishing, I'm done with next week. Next week's programming is in the can. I just need to come up with this week's video time machine and a weekly program guide. So I'll be working on that video time machine tonight, and getting that done, along with uploading content for next week. I will begin with whatever I got in the can already. I'm going to start uploading. So it looks like I'm going to be pretty close to needing a replacement show pretty soon. I'm going to need a replacement show by the last week of December, the first week of January. The last Dimension X ends on the 9th of January. And I have yet to, I may just move Escape into that slot, because it is an anthology show and it is a fantasy, science fiction, high adventure, action kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm not sure yet. I want to put something in these slots that's long running. Like Sam Spade's only going to last a few months and then it's gone. Dragnet's going to last forever. The Shadow will probably last forever. Suspense. Yeah, Nightbeat, Gildersleeve, Inner Sanctum, that kind of stuff. All those are going to run out. Arg. Arg. I'm trying real hard to keep it above water. I imagine I am going to have to go deal with insurance today. Yeah. I've been drifting into that dark place lately, and as much as I try to avoid it, sometimes it just sucks me in like a freaking black hole. So, what the hell? Pardon me. I had to get up and see what was going on outside. Neighbor lady. The one who can't take care of her dogs. She must need a pack of cigarettes or something. She just went off to the store and came back. Or went off somewhere and came back. She rubs me really the wrong way, you know. I almost went out there and said, you better not leave your fucking dogs outside when you leave. It's too fucking cold out there. It's fucking freezing out there. Right? I mean, it's gotta be freezing out there. Oh, Lord. Yeah, 47 degrees. Yeah. It's colder than that, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Fucking lady. Fucking lady. So, moron. Don't tell me she locked her keys in her fucking car. This lady is such a twit. She did. I'll bet she just got out of her car and left the fucking keys in it. Idiot. Idiot. That was a long blink. Pardon me. Yeah, I cannot fucking deal with reality sometimes, you know? It's not even my own reality. Other people's reality fucking freaks me out. You know, sometimes other people's reality doesn't faze them a fucking bit, yet it just completely fucking destroys me, right? One of my wife's friends had 3 dogs, now she's got 1. I'm like, I didn't need to know that. I didn't need to know that 2 of her dogs are gone. For whatever reason, I don't need to know that. One of her dogs is now alone without the other 2. I mean, it seems like everybody else can handle shit way better than I can. You know, I'm literally struggling with issues that are like 40, 50 years old. You know, and the best that I can do to deal with those 40 or 50-year-old issues is to just fucking run from them, right? Because when they're that old, there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can change. You just have to suck it up and move on, right? And I don't know how people can do that. I don't know how I did. I mean, I literally just want to explode sometimes. I just want to fucking explode. I'm able to deal with people bullshit way better than I can deal with kid or pet bullshit. You fuck with kids and pets and animals and stuff, and I'm gonna freak the fuck out. You fuck with people, it's like, you know what? They're fucking people. You know, as long as they ain't fucking kids, fucking go whatever, you know. But when it comes down to kids and animals, dogs, cats, pets, any kind of animal, who they have no fucking clue about human bullshit until you introduce it to them, right? And it's usually human bullshit that fucks with animals and kids. When I mean human bullshit, I mean adult human bullshit. Adult humans, they should know better. And yet, most humans ain't got a fucking clue. They ain't got a fucking clue. Yeah. Sometimes I just want to get out of my own fucking head. But then what? But then what? Fucking A, lady. I don't want to be an insomniac anymore. I've had to deal with insomnia 57 years of my fucking life. I know I'm only 56, but I figure I was wide awake in the fucking womb too. So, 57 fucking years. And, I'm over it, I'm over it. We're born alone, we live alone, we die alone. We are in this world alone. No matter how close you are to somebody, there's a part of you that's completely alone. It's all up here. All up here. You're all alone, all up there, all the time. You can invite people in, but there's no way they can come in, right? You could try to get in somebody's head, but you're never going to get in there with them, right? We're alone. Completely, utterly alone. And nobody ever knows anybody, really. Nobody ever really fully knows anybody. No matter how well you think you know somebody, you don't know jack shit about them. All you know is what they want you to know, period. Period. You never know what's inside somebody's head fully. Never. No matter who you think you are, or what you think you can do, if you're a fucking shrink, fucking mind reader, you never will know what's going on inside somebody's fucking head. Ever. That's why lawyers, judges, juries, that kind of shit bugs the fucking shit out of me. Because you have people who are judging from their own perspective. You know, how can you judge me? You don't know jack shit about me. How? How can you sit in judgment of me when you don't know a fucking thing about me? You know what you've been told. You know what I've allowed you to know. But most of what you know is bullshit. Bullshit conjugated together by somebody else who thinks they know you, but they don't. Never, ever. That's what scares me about people with authority over other people, especially people with authority over children and animals, right? They could be the nicest, sweetest, lovable people in the world, at home and out in the world, and then when they're by themselves with that child or that pet, how evil do they become? They can hide it really well. So much so that when the child says, "This guy's evil," everybody goes, "Nah, you gotta be kidding me. That's the guy's the nicest, sweetest guy in the world. He couldn't possibly be evil. Look." And that's the way it is. You know, the nicest, sweetest people in the world have got bodies buried in their fucking backyards. Period. The people who we put in authority over us have bodies buried in their fucking backyards. I swear to God. I swear. OMGOT, I swear. Oh my God. So don't tell me that somebody is good and wholesome and perfect and lovable and all of that, because you never really know. You never really know. You know, I am probably the most honest person I know, and nobody knows shit about me, because first of all, nobody asks, right? And I'm only going to allow what I want people to know, right? It's just the way everybody is. But I tell you what, you ask me a question, I'm going to fucking give you an honest answer. Why? At this point in my life, what is it going to hurt to be honest, right? What is it going to fucking hurt to be honest? Somebody's feelings? Oh, like anybody's ever cared about my feelings, right? Boo fucking who? You know? People have been, you know, wiping their ass with my feelings my whole fucking life. So I'm supposed to give two shits about somebody else. Somebody else who has never given two shits about me, right? And I'm supposed to be the kind and courteous one. It's always up to me to be nice. You know, those assholes that come at me, well, who's the person that's telling them, hey, you gotta be nice? Nobody. Fucking nobody. What are you gonna do, eh? Nothing. That's what. Not a damn thing. Nobody does. They pretend. That's what they do. People just pretend. I used to be a pretender, right? I'm still kind of a pretender. But, no. No. I'm, pretty fucked up. I am one fucked up individual. Yeah, after a year of this, I don't know. I don't know. I want to continue, but at the same time, you know, sometimes you think, well, just chuck it all in the fucking can. Just fuck it. Just fuck it all, you know. And then sometimes you think, what else have I fucking got, right? On your way down that long and winding road to nowhere. What else are you gonna fucking do? I mean, my whole thing with this is pretty much just to, it's the big adios, right? It's the long goodbye. That's all this is. That's all this is. When you get right down to it, this channel is just the long goodbye. Me taking a look back, looking at my life, looking at the things that made me who I am. But this channel is kind of like my time travel device, so that I can give the big long goodbye, the big kiss off, the big adios. Nothing lasts forever, especially humans, right? 1 minute we're here, and the next minute we're a fucking brain aneurysm, and we're done. You know, yeah, he got cancer on a Monday and he died on a Thursday. I like how people say, I got the cancer. He got cancer. He went to the doctor and got cancer. It's like you ordered out. I'm going to order up some cancer. Or like, yeah, he got cancer on this, and then a month later he was dead. Well, first of all, he didn't just go get cancer on this day, all right? The cancer had been in him for decades, festering and growing and being fed on all of the garbage that we put into our bodies, right? There ain't nothing overnight about cancer, right? I've probably had cancer in me since I was a kid, festering and just waiting for the right combination of elements inside of me to just go fucking crazy, right? I feel like a bad science experiment. I do, you know. I feel like a guinea pig, a test animal, right? That's cruel right there. Testing stuff on animals to see if it'll work on them before it. Why don't they just use it on us, right? There's enough humans out there. Prisons are filled with people waiting on death row, right? You get the definitely guilty guys, and you start using them for fucking testing. You test the hell out of them. Do all kinds of weird fucking shit for them, right? What the hell? Save the animals. The animals didn't fucking want any of this. They don't wear lipstick. They don't use any of these products that we're testing on them, right? Why should they have to pay for our fucking bullshit? Make them fucking prisoners pay. Make them fucking death row fucking death monkeys fucking pay. You know? Test the shit on them. You know? Let's see if their nipples get fucking sensitive. You know? Or their ass enlarges. Or their eyeballs fucking fall out. Or whatever the side effects are from this pharmaceutical fucking hodgepodge of a fucking bullshit world we live in, right? Man. Fucking bullshit. It is. It's fucking sad. It's way fucking sad. It's too sad, Brad, you know? Oh my god, like, no fucking way, man. Oh my god. Yeah, I need to heat up my coffee and then do about 8 more fucking bong hits. That's what I thought. You know, Bessie and Sam are awake. Bessie's drinking water. Sam is going out to go pee-pee. And then I imagine he'll come back in and sit up here with me and hang out. Hi, Big Face. Big Face Bessie. Grab a piece of the sofa. Grab a piece of the sofa, baby. You can lay on the floor if you want. Yes. I guess. You can't get up there. That's Sam's spot. Hi. Good morning. I guess my one bucket list would be to live somewhere very, very peaceful for my last days. This ain't it. This place ain't fucking it. While my health is getting really, 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 really bad for a number of reasons, I don't expect this going to be the reason that I go out, right? I expect that my heart's just going to give out, right? As bad as I've punished my heart throughout my entire life, I would suspect that at some point things are going to get so bad, pain-wise, physicality-wise, that my heart is just going to say, I can't take this shit anymore, and just, right? If it's a choice between that and cancer, I'm going to go with the heart giving out, right? I'd rather die of a painful heart attack that's going to last, what, an hour maybe, at the most, versus days and weeks and months of excruciating agony, much worse than I'm in now. And I'm in some pretty horrible pain most of the time. And it's not just my back and spine. It's all kinds of stuff inside and out. But I expect that as bad as it is now, I'm definitely going to want my heart to stop rather than to have it keep beating through what my father went through, because that was fucking horrible. And I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Nor do I want to be a fucking guinea pig and go get fucking ripped up and eviscerated and radiated either. That's not the way I want to go out either. In fucking pieces on a fucking slab somewhere. Fuck that. Come collect my carcass out of this fucking chair when I'm done. Out of my chair, out of my bed, off my sofa. That's where I want to fucking go out. I don't want to go out in some fucking big giant fucking building filled with beds of fucking dying people. No. 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 You know what? You know what it means to be human and to have freedom? It means that I can fucking die in my home if I want to. People can have kids in their home, right? I got a midwife. I'm having a baby in my home. If you can be born in your fucking home, you're allowed to die in your home, right? That's where I'm going to die. I'm going to die at home. If I go to the hospital and the doctors and they say, yeah, you're checking out, take me home. Check me out of here and take me fucking home. I'm done. If you can't help me, why am I here? Well, cause fucking what? You know? It's their reason that I would be in the situation that I'm in, right? Doctors, fucking corporate fucking policies that sell us fucking poisons because it's okay. Well, it's just a small percentage of poison, so it's okay, right? Well, yeah, right. Small percentage of poison built up over 50 fucking years of use. Gee, let me do the math. I'm a filter, you know, and everything that's bad that's gone through me is left in me because I'm a fucking filter, you know? There's Sam. Time for me to go close that door. I got to go close me a door. Alright, bud. Alright, buddy. Come on. Yep. Oopsie. 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 Come on, Sam. Let me go ahead and move your chair back here. Right here. All right, Sam. Up. Up. There you go, bud. There you go. That's my boy. That's my boy. Ah, that's my boy. And you, Rusty. Come on over here on this sofa. Come on. Up there, sofa. Come on, sofa dog. Come on. Come on, sofa dog. Come on. Okay, go to your bedroom. There you go. something and I forgot what. Fuck it. Sit back down then. Oh. I don't know. Hi, Sam. What a cutie. You're a good boy. I love you. Why don't you go to bed? Why don't you get in there and go to sleep? Yeah, that would, that would be my EOL dream. EOL, end of life. Right? EOL, that's my new terminology is EOL. AOL, I got that. A nice, peaceful place to live out my last few remaining days. Which it feels like it's this year. This feels like the year, right? Of course, I've said that the last few years because every year I feel like twice as worse as the last year, and it's just exponentially getting worse. And I've been to the doctors, and they've run their fucking tests, and they've told me, yeah, we can do more tests. They're really invasive tests. You don't want these tests. You're probably okay, so you don't want these tests because they're really invasive and they're going to hurt. We're going to stick you with needles. And I mean, it's like, well, what kind of doctors do this? What kind of doctors talk you out of a procedure that might save your life because it's going to be really, really horrible and bad? You go in for like a procedure where they're gonna knock you out, right? And so what do you guys? Oh, we're giving you that stuff that killed Michael Jackson. That's what we're gonna give you to knock you out. Why would you say it like that? Why would you put fear into people just before you're gonna put them under? Oh, by the way, this is the same stuff that killed Michael Jackson. So get this fucking shit out of me. Get off me. No, fuck you, people. You fucking asshole fucking bastards. I come to you for care. And what do I get? Fuck you. Why? Mainly because I look like this. This is my understanding is that because I look like this, I get treated differently. Now, it's not just because I look like this recently. I've had a beard and going bald and looking like an old homeless guy, right? Looking like a hobo. I've always looked different. Look at my pictures throughout my whole life. Throughout my whole life, I've been treated different. I've been treated different by my own fucking family. Mother, father, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents. Everybody has treated me different. Like I'm somehow not the same as they are, right? So I know how to recognize it in other people. Teachers, doctors, lawyers, attorneys, judges, cops, everybody. They all look at me like I got 3 fucking heads because I'm different than everybody else, right? Of course, we're all fucking different, but I'm not normal. I'm abnormal different, right? I have no fucking clue why. But it doesn't matter. I'm constantly treated different. So it doesn't surprise me when I go to the doctor and they just like, yeah, you get they figure that I'm not worth it, right? He's not worth it. Talk him out of it. Jeez. Tell this guy's going to cause a lot. We don't even want him in the fucking hospital. My God. Look at him. Just look at him. And that's what I get. That's the exact feeling that I'm usually pretty correct when I'm reading people. I've had decades and decades of experience reading people, and I've gotten pretty good at it. I know, big dog. I'm pretty good at reading animals too. Pets. Domesticated animals. But when you get so good at reading people that you can see the disdain dripping from their fucking face when they're talking to you, it makes it hard to go out into the world. It makes it hard to let someone help you when they don't really want to. They want to help the good people. They want to help the normal people. They don't really want you around. They prolong your life, and what are they doing? They're keeping the fucking freaks around, right? Go lay down. Go on. Go to the couch. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Get up. Go on. Get up there. freak. So every time that's happened to me throughout my entire life, since I was a little fucking kid, and people have looked at me going, ugh, it builds and it changes you, and it creates this. It creates a person who is just a total cynic, right? I don't believe in anything, right? I don't believe in people. I find it hard to trust anyone, right? Even those closest, you find it hard to trust anyone. As much as I am honest with myself and the rest of the world, I feel like I get none of that in return, right? I feel like I get complete dishonesty and distrust and disdain. It just, yeah. As much as I do my best to not talk behind someone's back ill of them, on occasion it happens, but as much as I try not to, I just figure that most people are trying their hardest in the opposite direction, you know? There's nobody around, let me just run this fucker down, just run it. The next time I see him, I'll be like, hey, gosh, how are you? Oh, I was just talking about you. Gosh, how's things going? And then when you're gone, they're like, just run this fucker down, this piece of shit, fucking garbage. That's, you know, that's pretty much the nicest. When people are at their nicest, I'm assuming it's because they've been at their worst, and now they have to make up for it. Gosh, I like you. You're swell. You're a really nice guy. I mean, right? I don't know. After 56 years of looking at people, looking back at me, and honestly looking, yeah, it's never been pretty, right? It's never. Even some of my closest friends would look at me like I got 3 heads, like, oh my god, who are you? So I thought we were friends. No, not if you're like that. It's like, okay, nothing is unconditional, right? There's no such thing as unconditional friendship or loyalty or that. This just does not exist, right? Because there's always something that's going to make you change your mind against somebody, right? Yeah, we used to be best friends, but then he did that. He voted for so and so, and then we're done. We're never again. You know, it's like, really? That's it? That's all it took? A difference of opinion? It's more than that. It's a whole way of life. Yeah. So I can't trust anyone. I don't trust anybody. I have complete trust issues with humanity. You know, with my household, the 2 other people living in my house, that's different. With the rest of the world, I don't trust anybody at all. Let's see if I got a door open. I feel that everything happening in this world some days brings me to my knees, as if I dropped in on the wrong planet, as if it were up to me. When I'm down in, my heart's pounding, below sea level. Below sea level, reading the papers, watch on the news, planets hanging on by the string of its shoes. You sing high and I sing low, down where daylight dare not go. Below sea level, below sea level. I missed a verse. Yep. Yeah. You know, some people like, this is my love letter to humanity. Well, my channel is like my big fuck you, wake up humanity. Fuck you, humanity. What the fuck is your fucking problem? Why you got your head up your ass? Why you let all of this other bullshit force you to bend over and stick your head up your ass? Why? Why? Smartphones. That's all it took was that fucking smartphone. Right? And they call it a smartphone because it's exactly the opposite. It's a fucking idiot device. It makes people stupid. It does. Ask anybody a question, right? They don't know the answer. They reach for their phone and they just say, oh, well, here's the answer right here. Right? Nobody ever holds information in their heads anymore, right? Why would you trust a doctor or a lawyer to hold information in their head, right? Hi. How's it going, bud? Hi. What's up? You okay? You're beautiful, Sam. You're such a cutie with those sweet little lips. You want to go back to bed? Go back to bed. There you go. Go back to bed. That's a good boy. Yeah. So I figured this is probably my last resting place here. This is going to be my exit. Whatever's going on in this house is probably going to be my last whatever. I know. There you go. There you go. Back to bed. So who's got 100 acres somewhere in the woods and it's just sitting there and they need somebody to go take care of it, right? I need somebody to go live on this piece of property in this little house and watch after my horses. Because that's pretty much where I'd want to check out, is out in the middle of the woods somewhere, you know, looking out over a valley that's filled with fog, you know, on a dewy morning, drinking a cup of coffee, having a bong load, and then, you know, surrounded by my loved ones and animals and stuff. That's kind of the way I'd want to go out, right? I don't want to go out being taken care of in some hospital bed. I don't want to go out in some strange place that I did not live for the last several years. I don't want to go out in somebody else's home who's taking care of me on my last days. I don't want that fucking bullshit, you know. If I can't go out on my own terms, my way, I'll find a way to do it, right? I didn't ask to be born. All right? I shouldn't have to ask how and when I want to fucking die, right? No. It's like men trying to tell women what to do with their bodies, right? You can't tell me what to do with my fucking life. Suicide's going to be legal pretty soon. You know? And in some places it should be mandatory. But I find nothing wrong with killing yourself. Right? I find absolutely nothing wrong with that.
It goes against everything that God... What?
Don't come to me and tell me rhetoric that's for you. And don't push your rhetoric on me. Right? You don't have to kill yourself. I'm not saying that you got to kill yourself. But if this guy over here wants to fucking off himself, let him fucking off himself. What the problem is? You know? Got a reason to. Not your reason. Yeah, I don't think that everyone should be forced to live by the same rules, right? Sure, there should be certain laws of humanity, you know. Don't fucking kill each other. You want to kill yourself, that's fine, but don't kill somebody else. That's their life. That is sacred to them, right? So, however they want to use their life is up to them. You should not be able to put yourself physically on anyone, touch anyone, do anything with anyone unless they ask for it first. Right? And, you know, let fucking people do what they want as long as it ain't fucking with the people next to them. You know? So you got this problem where you just have to fucking jerk off 24/7. Well, then fine, you need to keep that shit in private so it don't affect anyone else. Other than that, kill yourself jerking off, whatever. You know? You've decided that you're gonna end your life at the age of 40. And nobody's going to stop you? Well, no, nobody should fucking stop you. If that's where you want to fucking stop, then that's up to you, right? Yeah, it's other people are going to feel bad because you're gone. You know, other people are going to be affected by that. But that's on them, all right? It's your life. Do whatever the fuck you want. You know, it's going to be a bummer for a lot of people that you decided to take your own life. But it's your fucking life. Right? We got to talk him out of it. We got to put him in a hospital. We got to shackle him up, you know, so he can't take his own life. The dude never asked to be born, right? Maybe he don't want to be here no more. Maybe because when he's here, they do this to him. You know, what kind of fucking life is that? You're not allowed to do stuff to yourself like that, so we're gonna do worse stuff to you. Fuck you. Makes me want to go out and kill myself right fucking now. You know? And say, fuck you. Stop me, motherfuckers. Jesus. So many horror stories about people who, like, try to kill themselves once, right? And they get stuck into a fucking mental institution for the rest of their lives because their psychology doesn't jibe with all of the other fucking morons who are running the place, right? Let the people do what the fuck they want. They ain't hurting nobody but themselves, right? What the problem is, you know? I needed a lot of help when I was growing up. I needed a lot of... If I'd have had the help that I needed when I was a little kid growing up, I wouldn't be in the fucked up situation that I'm in now, probably. You know? I wouldn't have gone through decades. Of course, I'd have probably been medicated. You know, give them Ritalin. That works on all the kids. So, you know, do whatever the fuck you want with your life. You know, don't let somebody come along and say you can't do that with your life. Well, why not? It's my life. Yeah, but it's gonna make me sad, or it's gonna affect me, or it's gonna cause a chain reaction around the world, and all of the people who want to kill themselves just actually decide to kill themselves. You know, is that such a bad thing? You know, You look at the cartoon Futurama, and in the very first episode, they introduce the idea of a suicide booth, right? It's like a phone booth. You walk in, coin in the slot, you choose your mode of death, they kill you, they suck your body down, you get recycled, and it's over. End of fucking story. Where is there a problem with that, right? With upwards of 8 billion people on the fucking planet as it is, show me the bad when people who did not ask to be born decide they want to stop living, right? Aside from how it affects people who love that person, where's the bad in this, right? I don't understand, you know, what in a lot of earlier human societies, suicide was fine, suicide was legal, suicide was mandatory in some cases, you know, seppuku, you know, harikari, when you offended someone greatly or offended your family's honor, right? You were bound by honor and tradition. It was mandatory. You kill yourself, right? I'm not talking about that shit, killing yourself for other reasons. I'm talking about one reason. You know, sure, make them go to therapy and talk to guys and find out, is this really what you want to do? Is there some other way we can do? No, we've been over this a couple of years now. We've been trying to talk you out of it, you know. You know, or people can just decide, you know what, I'm going to take myself out in my home and be done with it. And, you know, oh well, I don't want help. I don't want to live. I don't want this or that. You know, I just don't. Well, let them fucking go. You know? Why should we stand in the way of somebody else's decisions because of how it affects everyone else? Do we think about that person? No. We think about how that person's actions are going to affect the rest of the world. You know? I don't get it. Yeah, it's a bummer. It's sad. You know, isn't it sad when anybody dies for any reason at any time? Yeah, but is it completely natural that we die? Yes, it's completely natural that at some point we will cease to exist. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No, stop. We live forever. You know? That's why most people glob onto religion, because they want to live forever. They cannot stand to think that at some point this is going to be over, and then what? Reality sets in. They can't deal with reality. You know, the reality is we're born, we live, we die. Get a hold of that. That's all you got to think about. At some point it's over. You know? What's going to happen? Do you remember what it was like before you were born? Right? Do you remember anything about pre-birth? No? That's what it's going to be like when you die. Just like when you were before you were born. You know nothing about anything. There's just darkness and emptiness, or maybe it's bright and white. Who knows? But that's it. You go from darkness into the light, you live in the light, and then you go back to darkness. And that's it. End of story. Some people just don't want to fucking be here. You know? Some people just don't want to be. They've never wanted to be here. Every day they got to talk themselves into being here, or the rest of the world is like, come on, buck up, you can do it. A lot of people are living this life for others. They have no desire to be here and to keep existing, but, oh, it'll make my family sad if I'm gone, or whatever fucking reason, you know. That's sad. That's a shame. You know. We have all of these wasted lives around us because a lot of people just don't want to be in them. That's why they're trying to take themselves out, using hardcore fucking drugs, you know, doing all kinds of dangerous shit. Because when it comes right down to it, they just don't want to be here. You know, they don't want to be here. A high rate of suicide, high rate of death, you know, violent deaths, drug-related deaths, whatever. Most of that is because those people just don't want to be here. They never wanted to be here. Through their whole lives, they're like, man, I'm sick of this shit. Why do I have to? I don't want to do this. Quit making me do this. I don't want. I'd rather be doing nothing. I don't know that I believe in reincarnation. I don't know that I believe that a soul gets passed down from body to body to body. I don't know about any of that. You know, I don't know about afterlife. I don't know about heaven and hell. You know, but does anybody? All we really know is what we've been told. The words, the propaganda, the rhetoric that's been passed on to us. That's what we know. We know nothing, right, except for the words. I know it inside because you've heard it a million times. All right? Yeah. You get all worked up, and it's like when you hear that song that you've heard a million times, and you get all emotional about it, you know? It's the same fucking thing. You know? I'm sorry to say it, but I'm not. But that's the way it is. You know? We're humans. This shit is programmed into us. That's the way it is. That's the way we're built. We're built to be programmed like fucking computers. You know? You keep pouring that fucking input in, and eventually we're going to come out and we're going to do whatever you want because we've been programmed to think exactly that way. All right, I'm going to go to the top of this volcano and jump in. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Joe. That's it. Because we've been programmed. So we're born, we're programmed. You know, do people really, did the programming set in? Maybe it's the programming that is making people want to fucking get the hell out of here. You know? Bad programs. But everybody gets programmed differently. Everybody gets programmed by their predecessor, right? Who programmed you? Well, the guy that programmed me was programmed by his programmer, and that's how it is. And we're just programmed and on down the line until finally we get to where some program just like, it's a little wonky, it don't work. Is it the programmer or the programmee? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's the time traveling. Maybe too much time traveling is causing me to have issues with the present. Because I spend so much time in the past, it makes it really difficult to be here in the present. So much so that when I'm here in the present, in the here and now, doing here and now stuff, I've got to have on some old music or an old movie or an old TV show in the background playing to keep me rooted back in the past, because I don't want to be rooted in the present. I do not want to be here in the present, right? It's like, sometimes it's like a life that has gone on too long, right? It's like a plant that grew and it flowered and then it got fruit, and the fruit should have been plucked, but the fruit stayed on the vine too long, and now it's gotten old and withered and rotten and dried up and that kind of a thing. And sometimes I think back to when people died early, the good die young, you know, when people are taken away from us too early. Are they really? Is there such a thing as fate, right? Were they fated to be taken away that early? And if they weren't, it would have gone horribly wrong, right? And so they needed to be taken away at that particular moment in time. That's when they needed to be gone. Because had they been here too long, things would have just kind of soured, withered. So a lot of times I feel like I'm completely alone in the present, because I'm in the past because I live in the past. And it's like being here now with everyone around you and the world around you, but you don't see that. You see the past around you. And you're like out of phase with now's reality, and they're out of phase with your past reality, right? And while we're on the same plane, we're not on the same wavelength. I don't know. But I kind of feel like that I exist, but my existence here is wrong, for lack of a better term. Like I should have been gone a long time ago, and for some reason I'm still here. I skipped out of the groove, right, and bumped over when I was supposed to have been taken away, right? And this reality should never have happened, kind of thing. And that's why I feel so much like Jif and Jiffy, right? I feel so much like things aren't supposed to be like this. I remember things differently. Things are supposed to be this way. This person died decades ago. Why is this person just making a movie now when they died, 15 years ago? That kind of stuff. Or that's not called that. How come that it's got the right font and the right graphic, but it's spelled differently, right? Why is that? Yeah, weird stuff like that. So is it just people like me who have stayed on the vine too long, right? And we're hanging around in a time period that we shouldn't be in, right? And then what does that do to the time? Graph. What does that do to the timeline when I'm on the timeline too long, longer than I should have been, hanging on, living, having experiences, influencing other people, having a child out of timeline when I should have been gone here? What does that do? How many times has that happened in our time and space and universe to set things off in different directions? And to set things in so many odd directions, so many unbelievable things in the world happening. There's no way this could ever possibly happen, and yet it happens, right? Yeah. So is it real reality or is it fake reality? Is it a now reality or a post-then reality? I don't know. Somebody's going to watch this particular live video here, and they're going to go, what the hell is going on with this guy? He's philosophizing on shit that's just beyond. Right? Yeah, I'm beyond. I am beyond. I gotta deal with this dog. I'll be right back. Yeah, Big Face wanted to go out, so she's out. Blinder. Oh, that means I need to do a bong hit. Yeah, so... What? Oh, Sam, come on. I don't want to open another door. Come on. Get some water and come lay down. I'll bring her in a minute, Sam. Come on. Yeah, he's always worried about everybody. Come on, Sam. You need to hang out with me this morning. Come on. I need a buddy. I need a buddy. Come on, buddy. I'll bring her in a minute, Sam. Come on. Yeah, since I can remember, going back to my earliest rememberings, going back to my earliest memories, the one thing that has always remained constant in my thoughts is why. Who the fuck am I, and why the fuck am I here? That's it, right? And all of the normal things that people use to examine that question and answer that question just never fit, right? School, religion, politics, government, law, philosophy, nothing ever fit, right? It all seemed contrived, you know. Oh, these fucking dogs. I'll be right back. Okay. Big dog's back in. And here comes little dog. Let me go close the door. back. Just dealing with that dog who's so confused, you know. What do I do? Do I sit here? Do I sit there? Do I get up? Do I get down? Do I move over? Do whatever the hell you want. Just let me close the damn door. Oh. Just stay there. Just lay down. Please, just everybody just lay down. Quit moving around and asking me for stuff. I hate having to buttle in the morning. I'm not a butler. I'm not a doggy butler. But that's what I am. I'm doggy doorman. All right. Well, if anybody watches this, just know that I'm very, very upset with humanity. There's evil all around us, right? And I'm not some religious fanatic, right? I'm not some fucking zealot who's like, everything is the devil's work, you know. I know. But there is evil all around us, and evil is just evil, right? There doesn't have to be any religious connotations, whatever that fucking word is. It just, evil is evil. Some of the nicest people in the world could be some of the most evil motherfuckers. Why? Because once again, you never know anybody. All you know is what we find out about them and what they let us know. But there's so much inside of people and so much that people do that we never know about, that only a few, that person and the person they're doing it with, and if that person they're doing with it ceases to exist, then there's only one person who ever knows, right? How much does that happen, right? How many bodies are buried in backyards, in the desert, in, you know, cement tombs in the bottom of the ocean, you know? Come on. For all time, it's been this way. Evil, evil, evil. And some of the most powerful people in the world are the most evil. Now I gotta get up to heat my coffee again. Wouldn't you believe? Son of a... Well, anyway. Checking out. Totally checking out. Which is my whole reason for wanting to put together some more original video content. Now, I get a lot done in these morning shows. I get a lot of emptying of my head, spilling my guts, letting it all hang out, letting my hair down, you know. I get a lot of that done in the mornings. So if you want to get to know me, watch a lot of morning shows. And you'll know pretty much who I am. because this is the time of the day that I don't hold back anything. You know, if someone were to come along and ask me a question, I would more than likely just answer honestly. Whereas in real world dealings and relationships and stuff, it's not as easy. It's not as easy to come and ask me a question in the real world and get an honest answer from me. Mainly because I'm going to hold back from wanting to hurt your feelings. Basically, is going to be the main number one reason for why I would not answer honestly. And because I don't really owe you any honest answers about myself face to face, right? I am who I am, and I am that guy personally, and you don't have to know anything about me, right? It goes right back to what I was saying about we don't know anybody. Everybody feels the same way, right? Everybody has this side about them that nobody knows anything about. And a lot of people want to keep it that way. And a lot of people have to keep it that way, lest they wind up in prison, right? Yeah, I can't tell people about the stuff that I do on Saturday night, man. Because I can't even go to confession, it's so bad. I'm sure this happens quite frequently. Yep. Damn it. Damn it. So while I've been working to try to get my stuff programmed out until the middle of January. Now it's almost the middle of, it's the beginning of December, which means that I have to start thinking about programming till the end of February, right? So that when I'm done programming to February, it should be about the end of December, right? Hopefully, if I can keep things rolling along. You know, program a week out every couple of 2 or 3 days, right? And then the only thing I really have to worry about on those weeks are going to be a video time machine, a weekly program guide, that kind of stuff. And then what I might do is just take a day and create all of the weekly program guides for whatever I've gotten programmed already, and then be ready to just upload them, or upload them and just be ready for them to go live. Video time machines are a different animal. It literally takes me a couple of days of a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there, gathering elements, and then when I feel like I've got enough time worth of elements and the right kind of elements for an episode, then I'll sit and edit that episode together. And then hopefully it uploads and checks out okay, and I don't have to change too much. So I'd like to be able to put, just like I'm creating files for each week for educational film uploads, right? 5 films a week. So I've got a file for each week. I'm going to do the same thing for the video time machine, and just create files for each week, and then fill that with enough information to do about an hour's worth of a show, right? A couple of 8 to 10 minute dealies, a couple of 5 to 6 minute dealies, cartoons and commercials and news broadcasts and that kind of stuff. Whatever I can cobble together, right? And just kind of hodgepodge it together in a little segment, a little episode. I like to have a little bit of music from the old days. This Thanksgiving episode, I was able to put on a Redbone song, Wounded Knee. We all got wounded at Wounded Knee. And that was neat that I was able to get away with that. There's a couple of things that I had to get rid of. I'm learning more about how to manipulate the editing stuff in YouTube so that I don't necessarily have to take an entire video, remove it, edit it, and re-upload it. I can just pull out a little music. Leave everything else there and just pull out a little music that's bad and then just chop that out. So hopefully I can continue along those lines. I'm hungry for more video from my friend David, to create some more video segments, sections, bits for a music video, right? So I'm going to take some more of what I've got, and it seems to be like a running theme of this is going to be screwing with the speed of the video, speeding stuff up. Eventually I'll slow some stuff down. Stuff that's moving really, really fast, I'll slow down. Stuff that's moving really average or slow, I'll really speed up. And because it's a funny kind of song and it's going to be a funny video, messing with the speed kind of adds a humorous effect, a humorous stride to a regular gait, right? You know, you're just walking along, but when you speed it up, it's you know, it becomes funny. So yeah, I'm hoping that when I see him next, which will hopefully be soon, because I may be out of commission here pretty quick. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be working on his stuff for a couple of weeks, sending him messages saying, okay, I need something like this. Can you get me some one of these shots? You know, and I would really like to try to wrap this up within a month, right? We started talking about it. The next week we started working on it. It's been a week. We need to work on it this week, which will be the third week, right? So I need to get information from him. I need to get a lot of video and photographs from him. I need to catalog what I have, break it down into manageable segments, edit those manageable segments into bits that I can use to put together a video, basically. I need the song on thumb drive so that I can add it to my editing program and edit stuff to it. I can't use anything from YouTube or any of the places that he's got music because it's not my place, and I can't just download it and then bring it over here and use it because there's all kinds of copyright things in effect. So, which is another thing, you know. Once we get the video done, are we going to get hit with a copyright because his music is already copywritten, and we're going to get copyright infringed by his own copyright? I don't know. Now my plan is to get the video done and to upload it to both our channels and have it premiere live on both channels at the same time on the same day. That's what I would hope we could figure out, right? Is how to do that. That should be easy as long as we don't run into a copyright thing, you know. Well, we're halfway through the show. We got an hour and a half to go. I guess as this year of morning shows winds down, I'm starting to wind down too. I'm figuring I probably use a break to come up with something new. I may decide to keep some kind of video log between now and when I return to live. I may decide to come in the mornings and do a little hi, how are you to the camera, and do it like a daily log, a daily update, what's been going on, how I'm doing. If I got no teeth, or am working on dentures or whatever, then it's going to give me an opportunity to sit by myself and talk and communicate and get used to my mouth without anyone around, right? It's really difficult for somebody who suffers from depression as bad as I do. It's really difficult to stay positive, you know? Naysayers and negative Nellies and stuff, and it's like I could never talk to my father because he always had to point out the negative, always had to point out the bad, right? And it's like that talking to my brother sometimes, where he just wants to point out the bad. He just wants to be sure to think about the negative, and it's like, why do people have to go there first, right? It's like the only thing that I want to do is get from A to B without having to have all of the bullshit to make it A to Z, right? And it seems like people just want to come in and throw bullshit at me when I'm just like trying to stay focused and positive and upbeat. And it's like, well, don't forget about the negative. It's like, oh, you know what? The negative's always there. How could I forget about it? It doesn't take a genius to fucking recognize the negative, and it doesn't, it takes an idiot to constantly remind somebody of shit that they already fucking know and couldn't possibly forget. But here comes, doofus guy. Hey, remember the stuff you can't remember? I mean, you're never going to forget. Remember that stuff that you can never forget, right? Remember. Fuck off. Jeez. I mean, sometimes it's like you shouldn't have never told some people anything about yourself, because all they want to do is focus in on the negative. It's like, I told you so that you could help me figure out more positive, and all you want to do is focus on negative. People who are so fucking negative. The asshole that was living here in my home, all he could do was fucking focus on the negative, the bad. He loved to watch the prison shows and the bad stuff, and let's watch the fail videos and watch people fail and watch, and it was always about bad, negative. Let's watch horrible, negative, gory, bloody, violent. And it's like, nah, man, funny violence is okay, but realistic violence, why? No, I don't want to watch that. No, watch that shit when you're by yourself. Fucking put that shit on fucking TV. Turn that shit off. My God. There's enough negative out there in the fucking world, You don't need the people you look to for positivity to throw more negativity back at you. Fuck. You say, hey, positive, and somebody goes negative. It's like, fuck. Whoa. You know what? If you can't come back at me with more positive, then just, shut up. Just shut the fuck up, right? Just shut the fuck up. If you're just going to make what I'm trying to make good, if you're going to try to just come along and just try to fuck it up and make it bad, well, then just go the fuck away. And stupid me for having come to you thinking that the person that you go to for positivity would actually be there for positivity, right? Yeah. I got tired of talking to my father about stuff that I felt good about, because by the time I got done talking to him, I just feel like, fuck, why even bother? Right? Well, I fucked this up. You know, I should have gone to him first, right? And then I wouldn't have done it wrong, you know? And then I realized that just because I didn't do it his fucking way doesn't make it wrong. It makes it my fucking way, right? No, but the whole rest of the world, if you ain't doing it their way, then you're just wrong. You're just fucking wrong. And they'll be happy to point out how wrong you are and how often you're wrong. Yep. Often. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's like I got enough negative in my fucking head. I don't need external negativity, right, coming at me. Please, no more. I mean, there's another reason why people kill themselves, right? There's another suicide factor. Nobody just believes in people, right? They don't just believe in them 100% no matter what. They have to throw on the bullshit, you know? Oh, that's great. That's great for a person like you. You know? Oh, that's fucking awesome. But shouldn't you have done it this way instead? Oh man, that's so fucking cool. But don't forget that it's going to go horribly wrong. You know? It's like, when does that ever happen, right? I never throw negative at my daughter. It's positive, positive, positive. Ah, fuck the negative. Positive, positive, positive. What? Somebody said negative? Yeah, sure it's there, but fuck it. Positive, 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 you know? Yeah, there's going to be negative. Sure. What are you going to do? Think negative or go positive? Go positive, 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 you know? That's what I try to put into my daughter, you know? Fuck the negative, you know? That's where they want you to go. They want you to feel negative, you know? Think positive, you know? When she's feeling all, you know, feeling overwhelmed by school, it's like, you know what? That's negative. Don't go there. Think positive. Think of how well you're doing. Think about, you know, you want to think negative? Fine. Drop one class. Don't drop it. Just drop it in your thoughts. You know, worry about all the other classes and that hardest class that's giving you grief. Don't worry so much about it. Figure that you're probably not going to get an A+ in that one. You might get a B. Or just an A or an A-, you know. You might even fail the fucking class. Big deal. The worst that's going to happen, at some point later, you're going to have to come back and retake that class. That's it. That's all. You know, it might screw up your schedule a little bit. You're young. You got all the time in the world. Don't, you know, don't beat yourself up over shit, you know. Figure out the positive way to look at it and then go that way. And fuck the negative, you know. Don't worry so much about everything. You can't control everything, you know. You can't be perfect at everything. You're going to fail. Assume that you're going to fail, and then when you fail, it's like, failure, you know. You can't learn unless you fail. There are those perfect people out there who have to be perfect and they never fail, right? And then at one point in their life, they have a tiny little itty-bitty failure and it just destroys them because they never had the opportunity to fail and learn failure, learn how to fail, learn what is involved with failure, how to recover from failure, you know. One little itty-bitty thing happens and they're just like, oh my God, I'm crushed. So, you know, don't let that be you. Don't let little tiny failures crush you. Failing in one class is a little tiny failure, right? That's not a big deal, right? Never having gone to the university at all because you failed back in college and gave up, that would be an ultimate failure that you could avoid. You know, expect little failures to happen so that you can learn from them. You know? There you go. Oh, I keep scratching my forehead because I wear hats, and this crease is not from wearing hats. That's from getting smacked in the forehead with a boulder when I was young. But I get a dry spot here from wearing hats. When I'm not wearing hats, it gets dry. I don't know, you know. I should put something on it. Put something on it. A real story of teenage rebellion over the edge. A George Leto production. Yeah. The only guys that came out of this stars were Matt Dillon and Vincent Spano. And Vincent Spano, he did a lot of stuff, but at the same time, what happened to him? He kind of disappeared. Michael Kramer. This was it. He didn't do anything after this. Really? Well, let's look for Vincent Spano here. Vincent Spano. Oh my God. Like, no way. Oh my God. Where's your... Vincent. Oh. Vibber. Not Vib. Vincente. Vincent Spano. Let's see. Oh. Oh. He's an American actor. Baby, It's You. And Rumblefish. He was in Rumblefish. Well, I did not know that. But then again, I haven't seen Rumblefish in decades. So, there you go. He won't give his age. Born October 18th, but he won't give his age. Or will he? Baby, it's you. Na, 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 na. Yeah, baby. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, baby. We will show them all. Well, he doesn't really have a whole lot of credits. 74 acting credits for Vincent Spano. 5 director credits. 3 producer credits. Come on. There was a problem. Please try again. Oh, I'll try again with both hands. He's done some TV. Let's see. Let's go back to his first. Search for Tomorrow. Jackie Peterson, 1979. And his second movie was Over the Edge as the kid Mark. And his third deal in 79 was The Double MacGuffin. And then 2 years later, The Gentleman Bandit, Senior Trip, Stranger is Watching, Baby It's You, Black Stallion Returns, and Rumblefish in 1983. Alphabet City as Johnny, Maria's Lovers, Creator, Blood Ties, and then High Frequency and Rogue Venice by 89. That was it. And then he's into the 90s. Downdraft. Doesn't look like he got as many good acting jobs as you thought that he might. Wow. Yeah, it seems like he should have had a different... it seems like after Rumblefish, he should have gotten another... either gotten another manager or stuck with the same manager. Because he could really have gone and done a lot of really cool stuff. I could see him in a lot of different roles. Vincent Spano. But nope. That's what happens. He looks he looks totally unfamiliar now. Let's try Michael Kramer. Actor. Audiobook narrator. Actor. And there he is, Michael Eric Kramer from Over the Edge, and that's his big thing. So it looks like 21 credits, and he stopped acting after 2000. And born in 62. Born in 62, December 18th, 1962. Huh. Huh. Oh, that's right. He was in that movie Project X with Matthew Broderick about the radiated monkeys, right? Teaching monkeys how to fly nuclear bombers. Yeah. Wow. The Return to Horror High, Project X, The Street of Justice, War of the Worlds, TV series, 1988-89, really? The Campbells, 1990. Son of Darkness, To Die For. He's a bartender. Boulevard, 94. He's a doctor. Newscaster in Degree of Guilt, 95. Boy, this guy didn't get many roles either. Well, I'll tell you why, because he wasn't really a great actor. Sorry to say. The guy just wasn't that great in the movie Over the Edge. I mean, the reason that why he did a good part in that was because there wasn't really a whole lot of acting. I think Matt Dillon and Vincent Spano probably did the most acting as far as the kids. In fact, I think most of the kids were better actors naturally than Michael Kramer. He always seemed like he was going out of his way to act. Everybody else kind of did it naturally, just were kind of themselves. But Michael Kramer was kind of a goofy kid. And not that great of an actor, and you could probably imagine why he didn't get many more parts after that. And the parts that he did get weren't all that great. And the movies, you know, not great parts in not great movies and TV shows. That's kind of a bummer. That's a downer for a career. And then let's see, Pamela Ludwig. She played the girl in the movie. The main girl, Pamela. Is that right? No, one L. Pamela Ludwig. Over the Edge. There we go. I bet she didn't do too much either. Rush Week, 1989. Yeah, she, apparently she got a little goofy looking, right? You know, you see people one way, and then all of a sudden they change when they get a little bit older, and they're like, oh, you don't fit anymore. We can't find parts for you anymore. Right? That's fucked up. People start injecting and hacking and slashing and shit. Her first movie was Over the Edge. She did Days of Our Lives for a couple episodes. She did an episode of V TV series. Under the Cherry Moon, Death of an Angel. She as well was in Project X as Lenore. Wow. A little get-together there between Michael Kramer and Pamela Ludwig. Huh. Yeah, it looks like they tried to fit her into a specific type of person, actress. That didn't work. It sucks when people start listening to their handlers and their agents and, no, you don't have the right look, you gotta change, you gotta come up with something new, let's change your name, let's change your face. It's like, wow, man. And they go along with it. Okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to change? I'll chop my head off, whatever you need. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Every damn day in Hollywood, every fucking minute, somebody's changing themselves to suit somebody's version of how they should be. But don't kids do that at school every day? They go home and they're one way, and then they go to school and they completely change themselves to suit the teacher or their friends or who they want to hang out with. Look at me, I'm somebody different. That's how it was for me when I was a kid. You know, I couldn't possibly have interacted in society when I was young on the terms that my parents had dictated. I'd be fucking arrested. I need heat, man. Sorry, I was lost in space, man. Was I mumbling? Sometimes I mumble. Yeah, sometimes I just drift off into space. Oh my God, I'm live. Oh my God, I'm live. Was my ass hanging out? Oh. Oh, I made a boo-boo. Yeah. Anyways, what are you gonna do, mate? I need a break. This is definitely the last week for a little while. Yeah, I think it was in about a week or so from now, last year, that I started doing my morning stuff. I just had an empty living room with one chair sitting in the middle of the living room, and then just started to kind of expand from that. It was hard for me to do an hour, right? And then by the end of the second season, I was doing like 7 hours, where I would just get on and just stay on forever. And then I decided to cut it back to 3 hours. And that was cool, because it gave me structure, gave me time to work on other stuff, rather than just sit here and go blah, blah, blah all day. It's been a great experiment. I can't wait to see what I come up with for next year. I don't know what. I don't know. Do I want another channel? Do I want a monetized channel? And put all of my non-copyrighted infringement stuff over to there? And make it subscriber only? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Do I want to come back next year with less stuff to do? Less weekly programming, more live stuff, less live stuff, more weekly programming, less of each, and more of something else? I don't fucking know. I ain't got that far yet. Organic. Let it happen. I'd love to do a show with other people. I'd love to do a show where I bring in other people bring in content, you know, a weekly hour-long show of combined videos and stuff from people I know, and have a few cohorts that I work with, and every week they give me some video and some audio and stuff, and then I take that and I integrate that into an episode, you know, an hour to 2 hour episode thing once a week, you know, and put more time into that and other original content. That would be great. The reason I do the programming now is because it makes me feel good to do it. I get to upload all of these things that that are a part of me in some way. And it's just fulfilling, you know. But at the same time, it's pretty empty, you know, because none of it's really mine except for the live stuff and the little things that I put together, you know. So I need to get more original content so I can be more creative, doing my own shit. Let's get realistic, man. Yeah, I miss when somebody comes by like Joey. I miss Joey not being here. I'm sure he's probably working or sleeping or on the road vacationing or something. But, yeah. I'm used to being alone and to talking to myself. So this is nothing new. It's, you know, in fact, I don't even feel like I'm talking to anyone in particular or talking to the YouTube most of the time. I address the camera from time to time to keep it real. But mostly, I'm just talking. Talking to myself, talking to my daughter, talking to my wife, talking to my family, friends. So when I'm gone, people know. You know, if you've ever had a question, just watch enough episodes and those questions will be answered at some point. Hey, there he is. Good morning, Joey. What's going on, dude? I was starting to miss you. Yeah. I've been bored this morning, going on and on about nothing. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I've been spacing out a lot this morning. Too much shit going on in my head. Too much shit going on in my life. Too much shit going on in the world. It gets into me. Gets into my head. Gets into my soul. Brings me down. I try not to let it get to me. But because of my stupid depression and depressive nature, shit gets to me. I try to stay positive and upbeat, and I got, you know, people beating me down. So, I'm probably going to have to go out at some point this week and go check on insurance stuff. Is it going to be today? Maybe. It's probably a good day if my wife's not doing anything. I can take her car instead of mine. Otherwise, I'll probably be having an old movie, stick a VHS into this machine here and watch something. And sit here and fiddle about with my videos and dust and clean and organized. I'd like to take my living room corner over here above my shelves and strip it all down and put it all back as family photos and artifacts and stuff. That's going to be oh, that's such a cool comment. Yeah, she's she's really into music. I mean, that's like her life, right? Is listening to music. She's got music playing all the time, and she's got great taste in music. Very eclectic and very different. So that's a nice comment, you know, that she had the most music to share out of all of your friends. Yeah, she's, you know, as many records as I have in my house here, she has, you know, that many different directions in music. Yeah, it's really fun to sit and listen to music with her. When we go driving anywhere, I just tell her, put something on, baby. Put something on. Because I know that she's going to put something on that I'm going to like. Whether it's something of my era or something of her era or in between. You know. Yeah, she's got good taste. Well, it's good to hear from you this morning. How's things going? Working, playing, what are you doing? I'm just trying to stay out of that dark hole, you know. Just trying to stay upbeat and positive. Trying to get a lot of stuff done on my channel. Yeah, I like most of the stuff that she plays too. I mean, not everything, but most of it. Most of it. I find myself having new favorites when she... did you listen to The Cab? What is that, Mr. Wonderful or something? I don't know. I just know that she'll put something on and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a new favorite. Put that on again. Put on that one thing by those guys who do that stuff, right? And she'll be like, what? What the what? You know, that thing. And she'll go, oh, those guys. Yeah. Because I don't remember shit, you know. I'll remember like one word. And she'll have to work from there. Oh, Thursday night. Right on. Cool beans. Yeah, I'm going to be going probably incognito next week. Going to do my dental stuff and get that started. And then probably will be out of commission for a couple of weeks, at least, until I heal up enough to get some teeth in me. But it looks like that shouldn't be a big deal. So, yeah. Regardless of what happens with the insurance, which will probably take forever, at least I'll be able to get something in my head, you know, temporarily or permanently, depending on how they work. But, yeah, I really dig The Cab. I don't, you know, they just got that thing, you know. Really, really cool. Like Motion City Soundtrack, I really dig their stuff, you know. Yeah. She informs me that we're going to a concert at some point somewhere, to LA or something in March maybe. I don't know, but I can't really plan for it or keep track of anything until we get right up to it. And then it's like, okay, a week away, you need to start reminding me every day that we're doing this, because I will forget. If you tell me on Monday that Sunday we're going to be doing something, by Tuesday I've forgotten, right? By Thursday I'm starting to make plans for stuff to do on Sunday because I don't remember. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Was it the last time or the time before? Not sure what comes first. Where'd you all go to dismantle or detonate the bomb? Oh, there's somebody you need to listen to. Let me get the album so you can see it, and then I'll remember the name of the album. Let me see, E, F, G, H. Okay. I wish I could have played this for you when you were here last. Here it is. Alright. Here is the album cover. Alright. And it is Ben Harper, Bloodline Maintenance. Bloodline Maintenance. Okay. So there you go. This is a... if you like blues at all in any way, or you don't, but you like great storytelling, great music, great sound. I mean, it's just from beginning to end, each song is like a journey unto itself. And they're not long songs, right? And he does all of the music himself, all of it, except for like a little saxophone here and there and some other little weird instruments, but he does all of the guitars and bass and drums and everything himself. And it is destined to be a classic. It is very unknown and underrated, but it is bitchin'. He is the singer, songwriter, guitar player for the band from the 90s and 2000s. What were they? The Innocent Criminals. So you can check them out too, but definitely check out Ben Harper, Bloodline Maintenance. Oh, dude, it's beautiful. I just was listening to it in my van in the CD player the other day, and it's still in there. And from the opening song, it just digs right into you, right? It just gets right into your soul, man. And I actually got to shake this guy's hand at Pioneer Town. Of course, I'm never going to stop talking about meeting this guy, because it was one of the high points of my life, was falling in love with his music, and then seeing him in concert open up for Harry Styles, and then within a year seeing him live on stage a foot away from me, and getting to meet his daughter and to talk to him and shake his hand and get a photograph. I mean, you know, fangasm. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's I crank that thing up on the van, and when I pull up somewhere, I roll the windows down so people know I'm listening to it, because it's that fucking good, and people are going like, what is that, right? Because every song is just like, so, wow, this is different, you know? And his family owned a music store, and his mother was, I believe, a piano teacher, and they taught music. I think his father played the horn. You know, I'll have to look into his life and family and stuff, but I mean, he grew up around music and got into playing the slide guitar, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I got to get my friend to listen to it, who's just been learning how to play the slide guitar over the last few years. And I think he would enjoy listening to this and getting some inspiration out of it. Yeah, great stuff. And it's not traditional, what you would think, oh, slide guitar, you know. It's not traditional slide guitar music at all. I mean, he studied with the masters of old Southern blues, right? Still works with these guys, puts out records, records with these guys, old blues masters, you know. Whereas as Eric Clapton would come along and steal their stuff and rework it into a rock and roll song, right? This guy, Ben Harper, would go work with the old school guys and collaborate with them on something new that's got an old feel to it. Yeah, I love this guy. I love this guy. And his son and daughter are kind of just born into it, right? His daughter's phenomenal. Has a beautiful, angelic voice. Yeah. So yeah, highlight of my life was getting to meet them. And I have his next album after this, or one of his next albums I have after this one, and it's still unopened. I've listened to it once on YouTube or something, but yeah, I'm gonna have to do a listen party and invite a bunch of people over and listen to some records. You know, let's open this one and listen to this one, you know, because I've got a bunch that I just haven't opened yet. And some of them I don't even know what they sound like. I haven't heard anything about it. I like that. I'd like to have those little surprises, you know. I get a bunch of little surprises stashed away over there. So what do you think about the album Add Some Music to Your Day? I love it. I listened to it, and it was like, you know, it had such a great feel to it, and it's such a stark contrast from the 72 to the 78 or 79 when he does the next one. I think 70, yeah, something like that, where he's like doing just this style, and then all of a sudden his music is just like whoosh, you know. It was fucking great. But I love the whole Beach Boys thing. You know, I love the whole feel of it, you know. Yeah, I'm going to have to put that one on again. I'm going to have to pop that one on again. At some point, I'm going to be Bluetoothing from my stereo, from my computer to my stereo, and I'm then go into my reel-to-reel and record stuff, because there you go. Sealed records, man. Got to bust them open and enjoy them while you can. But I really want to take some of my favorite music and put it onto a reel, right? Here's this album here on its own reel. Boom. Here's this guy's music, 3 albums on one reel. Boom. I would like to do that for some of my favorite artists, local artists, right? I'd love to put together a Starcrawler compilation reel that's got like 2 or 3 albums on it, and then take the covers from the 2 or 3 albums and create a new cover that works them all together, right? That would be cool. And then go see them in concert and say, yoo-hoo, you know, could you sign this for me, and by the way, here's your copy, right? Well, I don't have a reel-to-reel player. Oh, well, here's my card. Get in touch with me and I'll give you one. Hell yeah, I will. That would, you know how in a band called Sugar Babe. That sounds like a really cool name for a band. You know what? That's what we do a lot of out here. A lot of us record stuff in our living room, right? Or we have this little makeshift studio in our garage, which is probably, he had something similar to that, a makeshift studio in his freaking house. You know, let's just turn my house into a studio. Fuck it. Was it 75? I thought it was 72 when they made the Add Some Music to Your Day. Really? I thought it was 72. But, you know, that's the way my brain works. Maybe I turn the 2 into a 5, or a 5 into a 2 or something. Yeah. I mean, just, wow. So that's kind of my thing is, you know, I want to get past this whole dental thing. And between now and when my health completely goes fucking south, I want to try to get a bunch of things taken care of, right? I've got a bunch of stories that I need to write. I got a bunch of videos I need to make. I got a bunch of songs I need to get out, right? And a lot of organizing to do. I've got to catalog everything in my house and in storage, and put some kind of purpose to it or price on it, right? So I got like a million things that I need to do. Oh my gosh, I'm getting glitchy. Am I glitchy? Son of a bitchy, I'm glitchy. Yeah, I'm gonna probably pop that one on today. Pop on a few other records and pop on a few movies and stuff. You know, if I'm gonna be in the house and not in and out of the house, then I like to listen to a record. If I'm going to be in and out of the house but home, I'll put on a movie, you know. And then I got somebody in the room with me, you know, basically. The TV has always been my companion. If I'm alone and I'm at home, I've probably got a TV on. If I'm at home and alone and I know I'm going to be just here doing nothing, sitting, relaxing, I got the music on. You know. Circus Town. Circus Town, 76. I'll have to check that one out. Totally cool. Totally cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then another guy to listen to, of course, is Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real. Anything by them, their first album to their latest album. They just ended a 10-year career together. Well, they didn't end it. It's kind of like on hiatus. Long, extended hiatus. After 10 years together, they all kind of want to do either nothing or do their own thing. So Lucas Nelson, I think he just got an apartment in where's the Grand Ole Opry at? Right, that area there. So now he's living in the heart of country music. Of course, he's still got a place in Austin and in Hawaii. The family, the residences. But anything that he did with The Promise of the Real, Lucas Nelson, that's good stuff right there. I've got like I think 4 of their albums. Seen them twice. They're just really, really good stuff. Really good. So I'll probably have to pop some of that on today. Yeah, this one's probably going to be one of those things that I'll never get to listen to because it's got surface noise on it. But I do have the signed, autographed deal here, and that is an actual signature. And I was kind of bummed that I didn't know that he was going to be there. I didn't put it together, and I didn't bring any records to have him sign. I learned my lesson then, so that when I saw Starcrawler there, I was sure to bring. I special ordered 2 of their records just so I could get them signed, and they showed up like 2 days before the concert. Whew. Yeah, I was jazzed. I just, my daughter's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I'm like, I just figured, like, you know what? I got nothing to lose, right? What are they going to do, hate me because I asked for their autograph or a picture or something? What's it going to hurt? If they say, no, I don't want to. I'm going to say, hey, well, you take it easy, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to be destroyed over it. But, how much would I be lifted if I did get a, Oh, you have extra copy? Okay. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, like the next time you come over, right? Dude, just ride your bike over, I'll meet you on the corner. The world's a small place, but it ain't that small. Yeah. Wow. Time is tickety-tick-tocking away here. Hi, big face. No, you can't sit in that chair. No. Big girl. You can lay here if you want. Big face. Oh. I used to be able to get so much done every day. I would run from depression just doing stuff. Just doing, getting shit done, right? And now that my fucking physicality is so fucked up, I just can't do enough anymore. I sit here and do this stuff because this I can do, and it doesn't make me hurt anymore, right? But as soon as I stand up and go out and start doing shit, oh man, it hurts. It makes me want to do more, but it makes me hurt more. You know? It's just fucked up. I used to be able to do so much. And I got this giant list that just keeps getting bigger. It's this huge fucking scroll that's just getting wider and wider and wider at one end. And the other end, it just turns a little bit every once in a while, you know? And this other one just keeps growing. And I cannot turn this little scroll big enough. I can't turn it fast enough, you know, to keep up with the large scroll growing. It just sucks. It just... What kind of analogy is that? I don't know. Yeah, I like a deep pan pizza. You like pineapple? You ever been in a men's locker room, Johnny? Yeah, I like pizza. Pizza's okay. I got burned out on pizza. Might as well bring chicken wings too, right? Bring some of them hot, boneless. Something really hot. I'd rather burn my face on chicken wings than pizza. Yeah. I'm up for a change. I guess I'm going to get a change, whether I want it or not. But I'm up for a change. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, eh? I don't know. Nothing, I guess. Oh, big dog. What do you want now, big dog? You've been out already. I'll be right back. What? What do you want? What is it? Come on, go lay down. Come on, go lay down. Come on, go lay down. Go to bed. Go on, go to bed. Oh, Bessie, come in here. There's no bed in there. The only thing there is in there is clicking around on your toenails on that floor, annoying me. That's all that's in there is annoyance. It's like the only good thing that I ever did in my life was my daughter. You know? And if I can ever make her, or if I can ever just know for certain that, I don't know, she doesn't feel like I do sometimes, you know, like, man, I wish I was never here, kind of thing. As long as I know she never feels like that, or she feels like she's happy to be here in this world, I've done good, you know, and I think we're there, you know, I feel good. Nothing's perfect, but we're pretty damn close. Yeah, probably the best thing I've ever done in my entire life was marry the woman I married and wait as long as we did to make a kid. After I finally deprogrammed myself and realized that most of the shit that they're trying to make you want in life is unimportant, that's when I became happy. Deprogram, people. Deprogram. There's more to life than what they want you to want. I just want to sit on top of a mountaintop somewhere all day and then spend all night in a cabin, right? I mean, with or without electricity, with or without any of this. Some of this would be nice. I mean, I'd like to have, you know, a TV and a VCR and a shitload of tapes. I'd like to have a shitload of books, you know. I'd like to have something similar to this setup going on without all of the trappings of the internet, but be able to go live, you know. Have a way to communicate with people, but not a smartphone, like a radio or something. I just feel like I want to get back to basics, you know. So, yeah, don't bother meeting me here. I'll meet you up at the cabin, you know, and you better bring some canned goods too, bud, because we're going to be there a while. You know, I mean, my cabin up in the woods would really have to be a pretty big size cabin, because I would literally want a whole wall filled with records and tapes and books and stuff. You know, I literally, because I could fill my days and nights with all of that stuff, along with what's going on outside in the natural environment. I'd be in heaven, right? I would be in heaven. You know, I would need to come down out of, or have stuff brought to me once a month. That would be it. You know, bring me some groceries and some weed, and that's it. That's all I need. And maybe some new books and records. Sardines. I was just telling my wife the other day, you know what? We should have a couple of big cans of sardines stashed away somewhere with some crackers, if anything, right? That's good. Go lay down. Go lay down. You can lay here. Come on, you can lay here. You don't want to lay there? You don't want to lay there? You want to get in this chair? Is that what you want? I know you want to get in this chair because you keep saying, I want to get in this chair. So if that's where you want to get, then let's get in this chair, Bessie. Bessie, want to get in this chair? Come on. You can get in the chair now. See? Come on. There you go. There's nobody in. There's not a bird in there. Come on. Come on. My father used to keep birds in the house, and they would go under a towel on the couch and live in there in the house. And this dog still to this day will go up to a couch and let her face on the couch or bed or whatever and look around and sniff and wait and observe to see if there's a freaking bird. Yeah. And all of that fuss she made over wanting to sit in this chair, as soon as I made the chair available for her, she said, nah, I'm going to sit over here. Psst. Psst. Don't lick there until you got a wet spot on the couch. Psst. Just lay there and go to bed. Thank you very much. Yeah. Totally. Up in the mountains. Or down at the beach where there's a forest backdrop behind you, right? On a lake in the mountains, by a river, with, you know, surrounded by greenery, you know. That's pretty much all I want, right? I don't want to live in a van down by the river. I've done that most of my fucking life. Nor do I want to eat sardines. But I do want to get out, and it's not like I'm going to be able to do a whole lot of traveling anymore, but I would like to be able to go from here to somewhere and stay, you know, and exist. I guess I should be happy that, you know, even though my forest is a bunch of funny looking Joshua trees, and I don't have an ocean or a river or a lake nearby, you know, I guess I should be thankful that I'm not in the city, you know, and I'm not in some apartment where I can hear the neighbors killing each other, right? So there is an upside. So looking positively, I guess I'm exactly where I want to be, just not geographically. Right? That's it. Problem solved. I guess if I won the lottery, I would just, it would be the same, pretty much the same thing in a different location. Right? I wouldn't need $1 million mansion. More than likely, I would just have some little place that's just bigger than this. You know, doesn't have to be new. It doesn't have to be perfect. I doubt that winning the lottery would change me all that much, except I would be able to experience a few things that I wouldn't be able to experience otherwise. That's it. I guess finding a competent doctor who would be on my side and not the side of the pharmacy companies. That would probably be the first thing to do if I were to win the lottery. You got to play to win, right? I'm just saying. And then it would be having a place to go and live. Right? That's it. And if if it was a lottery size paycheck type thing, then yeah, it would probably be a little cabin up in the mountains somewhere, a little place on the lake, a little place on the beach, one of them or all of them, and just okay, we're going to live down here for a few months, and now we're going to move over here, we're going to live here for a couple, and just follow the seasons or whatever, I could do that, but I don't think it would be anything real. I'm not going to, go to Europe. I'm not going to travel the world. I may see a couple of national parks, I don't really have any needs. I'm more looking inward than outward, hence the secluded place, a place where you can do that introspection, and eat sardines. Totally. Well, I've about got my little studio here put together and set up so that I can do stuff in here. I've been pretty productive the last few days. So hopefully by the end of this week, I'll be a couple of more weeks programmed out. Today I'm going to, same thing, upload as much as they'll let me upload, and then go into the creating mode and create stuff to upload. And then just flip-flop back and forth every day, upload as much as they'll let me, and then create as much as I can handle creating. And I'm probably going to work on more of that footage with my friend that we did the other day. I may be able to put together most of the video with what I've got, and then, or at least enough segments to create the video. And then once I get more stuff from him, just cherry pick all of the best stuff, and then we'll sit together and come up with a story. If not, if I'm doing my seclusion thing and I'm alone, then I'll just do it the way I see it. I mean, essentially that's why he came to me to do this, was because of my weird imagination, and why we've kind of gone the direction we're going and picked the song we picked. I'm hoping I'm not out of the world for too long, because I really don't have any time to lose. And I'm hoping that with new teeth in my head, I'll find a new confidence in my ability to deal with people, right? And talk to people. And if I can handle you know, the talking and the singing thing, then maybe that will change something, and I can get all of my music out. I'd love to be able to write my stories and then read them on video and publish them as actual written stories. So my first step for this new year is to get a calendar and schedule out the next year, especially the next 8 months to August, because it is tickety talking. It's only 9 months away to the reunion festival deal, and I've got a lot to go and have gotten very little help out there from people so far. I'm hoping that changes. I'm hoping people start to see the significance of having a budget for this, you know, and that I can only plan it. I can't carry it out. I can do a lot to help carry it out, but I can't do it all myself. So as soon as I get the notion that enough people are involved, it should go a lot easier, you know. If it can be, you know, I contacted 10 people and they contacted 10 people, and then those 10 people each contacted 10 people, that's the way it needs to work. So when that happens and it snowballs out of control, then we'll have a budget. I got a donation and a pledge over the last week, and I'm real happy about that. So when the pledge turns into a donation, I'll take those 2 donations and stick them in the kitty. And I'm not going to go after more shirts until I get orders for more shirts and or can get rid of the shirts that we have right now. And I'm sorry to say that XXX is out. We got large, extra large, and XX large, and that's all we got right now, 3 sizes. It's going to be like that until we get enough orders to pay for doing all of the rest of the shirts. Once we've done that, then we'll fulfill all of those orders from donations. So I'm hoping, really keeping my fingers crossed, that behind my back people are collecting donations, little here, little there, getting orders for shirts, telling them, hey, they'll be along when they're going to be along. And that during that time I can get shirts out here and there. I mean, I got a donation from somebody who didn't even want a shirt. They just wanted the graphic, because that graphic was their original graphic, right? And they wanted it for their father. So I put it back to the way it originally was and created it for them so that they could take that to a screen printer and have shirts made for their father. So that was really neat. Made me feel really good, you know. And which is exactly why I changed the shirt just a little bit. So, and then I just got another donation pledge over the weekend. And I just happened to have, I didn't have of course, the shirt sizes that they wanted, but hopefully these shirt sizes will work. Yeah, if I can just get like 2 people or 20 donations, right? If I could just get like 20 donations in, I could really catch up on things financially with the shirts and get all of the rest of the shirts made, and then just have to finish off a little bit. But then I could get into making more designs. I can't make any more designs until I finish with this contract, right? I could, but I'd have to do stuff out of pocket, and I can't do that. I can't put myself out on a limb for a bunch of people saying, yeah, I might want to go. And for a couple of dozen people saying, yeah, I want to be there. Nothing is written in stone, so I can't, there's no guarantees in life. So I can't put myself out on a limb too far. So just by, going forward with this and them actually helping me to go as far as we've gotten with the shirts, the shirt people, it's more than I could ask from them at this point. So the only thing I can do at this point is go to them and say, look, here's a bunch of money to finish off the down payment, plus let's finish off these shirts and start talking about some more, right? Because I got designs coming out of my ears, literally. I got so many designs that I've had to stop thinking about designs, and I won't think about any more designs until I get some positive input from people. Stuff in the mail. Hey, look, I got some donations. Hey, look, hey. So there's that, And however people think about me being forward with sending donation forms and requests and self-addressed stamped envelopes back to me, isn't that the way we used to do it? And I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying, hey, I ain't the only one in this. Do you want to help out? Buying a shirt, donating and getting shirts is one thing. That is a big 100% help. Finding others that want to do the same just because they like the shirts, right? That's all it takes. Ooh, cool shirts. How much? Oh, shoot. Send me down for a couple. Sure. That's all it takes. Yeah. So hopefully I'll get more orders in for shirts that I already have sizes for. And people will share this stuff more and spread the word. And that's one of the things I have to do today is put together the order for Tiffany and a girl from high school. There you go. Back in the old days. And put together her shirts and her order. Hopefully the sizes will work. So, yeah. More shirts, more shirts, more shirts. And music. I need to figure out how to start shoehorning some more music into my life. I really want to start playing the guitar again, but I don't want to pick up the acoustic guitar because it hurts. I want to pick up a really nice electric guitar with low, easy action and slinky strings that's easy to use, right? Something where you just barely push on it and you're fretting. Don't fret, man. Really, it's if I'm going to go any further with this, I've got to do something mellow. Oh, I blinked. And I'm just not a money guy, so trying to come up with a couple of $100 to go to Guitar Center and get something reasonably smooth, that's out of the question. And I'm just thinking like one of those Stratocasters, an Epiphone Les Paul, an Ibanez SG something, you know, something that's just a few $100s, nothing real expensive, but something that's got a lot of class and it's, you know, got easy action on it. Because I've always been a pretender, and if I've got a really good guitar, I can pretend like a son of a bitch that I can play it. You'll hear some really kick-ass pretending coming out of me. I just wing it, baby. I'm just gonna wing it. Yeah, I'm sick of this Bong here. It's the holidays, I think. Between my birthday in August and Christmas and New Year's, it's always been kind of a downer, you know. Kind of a downer. I just looked up at this comment here from Joey, and it I'll bring sardine. I just imagined a Christmas wrapped pack of sardines, right? Because that would have been my childhood experience. Here, kid, here's a pack of sardines. What the fuck am I gonna do with this? I hate sardines. Little eyeballs and bones and shit, scales. Blah, blah. Yeah, but that would be like my childhood nightmare, waking up going, no, not sardines, not sardines, and then looking to see what's really under the tree and going, oh fuck, I'll take the sardines. You know, I don't play football. I don't ride a skateboard. What do I want with a dummy, right? Yeah, Christmas and birthdays used to just blow me away. I'd be sitting there looking at stuff going, why did I get the same thing that he got? Why didn't I get something that was like for me? Right? He's happy, I'm not. Right? Or this is great, this is different, but you know, what, did you pick this out random? You know, no forethought into it. I think once I got gifts on Christmas that were actually something I would like. It was unexpected, but you know, a microscope, binoculars, that kind of shit. A Bushnell gift set, you know, type thing. That was great. I was kind of like, eh? Yeah. Never really liked holidays or birthdays and that kind of shit. It just always seemed contrived, like they were forced to think about what they were going to get for me. Well, just get him one of those. I mean, geez, stop worrying about it. Just get it. He's not going to matter. He's not going to care, right? That's the way it felt. So when we're out looking for stuff, my wife says, "Oh, just," and I was like, "No, don't even know." Okay, right? What did she do? Nothing. She just made a suggestion, and I wigged out. But yeah, I mean, it's got to, you know, it's got to be something. I used to just get her the same things every year because I knew that those were things that she was collecting, right? And I would get them all throughout the year as well. So it was like, okay, it's Christmas, we're just getting more of what you like, right? She was never into getting gifts anyway. She'd be like, whatever. She's still like that. Whatever. Once in a while she'll say, oh, I'd like this or that, you know, but it's not like she wants a pony or a car or something. You want sardines, kid? Pardon me. Yeah, you're gonna love this Ben Harper. In fact, I got this because I was expecting to hear this when he opened for Harry Styles. So I expected him to be playing stuff from his latest. So I got his latest, right? The furthest thing from my expectations, right? He got out on stage and he had guitars set up, and he sat out there by himself with a guitar and played the first part of his set by himself. And then his daughter and his son came out and backed him up for another couple of songs. And then a horn section of local musicians came, 4 horn players came out and backed him up for some more stuff, right? But he played older stuff. He didn't play anything new. He played all older stuff. Stuff that I had never heard, of course. So that was like a big bonus. And that was just, it was phenomenal, you know? Wow. Yeah, good stuff. Good. Well, crap. I got to start thinking about wrapping it up for the morning here so I can start pushing forward with the day here. 8 o'clock is a good time to get the day rolling. I've been up for 4 hours now. I get up at 4 to be here at 5. And then I figure, 3 hours is plenty of time to be on my show. When I come back in the next season, it's going to be more like an hour of this and a couple of hours of something else. So we'll see how that fares. I'm going to look at making some themes and some openings for each day of the week, because we've got, Monday movie memories, totally television Tuesdays, all of that shit throughout the whole week. So sticking with that, I'm just going to keep expanding on all of these things until we get a really full show. There you go. One last hit for the road. And then I think it's time for food and a little TV. As soon as I sign off, I'm going to get something on here. Saving. Get an educational film, editing, saving, processing, and get something uploading. And keep that up every day until I'm 2 months out from the end of a week, right? I'm starting on a Monday, and I'm 2 months out after that. That's what I need to do. And then that's going to give me 2 whole months to not only get the next 2 months together and ready to upload, but work on a whole lot of stuff. Because my computers are tied up with the uploading and the saving and processing of stuff. So if I can jam all of that into one small time period, it's going to free me up for other shit. I need a 3rd and 4th computer is what I need. Right? That's what I need. Like a hole in the head. Well, we'll see. I am probably going to create a bunch of items here through records and tapes and players and recorders and stuff, and create a surplus of money in these things, and just load my van up and go down and sit out here during tourist time and just try to sell as much as possible, right? I can plug shit into my van and say, hey, look, it works. There you go. But that's going to take a lot of work. So if I do that work here on the show and combine it with, you know, win-win, right? Once a week we're working on tapes. Once a week we're working on players and recorders. Once a week we're switching to video and doing that. Yeah. That'll be great. 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 Totally great. All right, dude. I reckon it's about time to mosey. I like to mosey. Mosey. Mosey, mosey. Mosey, mosey. All right. I got beer. All right. So you don't have to bring beer. But sardines and hot wings sounds perfect. Yeah. All right, guys. You know what to do.
You know what to do, huh? And if you ain't doing it, you ain't doing it right.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. All right. Well, just to let you know that I will be back tomorrow, but only for a limited time. And then I will be gone for a while. You know what to do. Be kind to each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Do something for yourself out there, but most especially do something for somebody else, because we're not alone. All right, go back to sleep, Joey. Take it easy, brother. Yeah, dirty magazines. Old Hustler magazines are my favorite. Woohoo! All right, people, take care. You know, most especially stay weird, because if you ain't weird, nobody's going to do it for you. Did I say that already? I don't know. I say it all the time. Weird is my middle name. All right, people, love you. Take care of yourselves. See you in the morning. Adios. Bye, Joe. Later.